This is WPTV, William Patterson Television.
Welcome back to the desk. The Timberwolves are shocking the world and the in-season tournament is heating up. Here to break down the action on the hardwood is Andrew Ballistreri, Bijan Pulley, JJ Woodards, and Rico Alcazar. Guys, I like it.
That was cute.
Yeah, nice. It's time to give the Minnesota Timberwolves some love. They hold the NBA's top record at 16-4 and are on a 5-game winning streak. Bijan, what's been the biggest reason for their success?
I mean, it's just, if we look at the stats, record 16-4, as you just mentioned, points per game is 112.3. Opponents' points per game is 105.3. And they have a +7 point differential, all indicators of a successful team.
Yeah, I mean, the Minnesota Timberwolves, you can see it in their record. There's a reason that they are that good this season so far. Bijan, what's the biggest reason for that?
It's got to be Rudy Gobert returning to defensive form. He's 5th in blocks per game and total blocks with 2.4 blocks per game and 47 total blocks. And when Gobert's on the court, the Timberwolves have a defensive rating of 105, which is, I believe, top 5 in the league. And they hold opponents to an effective field goal percentage of 49%.
I mean, it's impressive numbers that their defense really has been great, and Gobert certainly steps it up. But Rico, moving over to you, what's been the reason for Minnesota's success?
You know, it's really been the bench unit for Minnesota. Naz Reid, he's averaging 12.7 points per game. Troy Brown Jr., he's finally shooting 40% from 3. Then you got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Kyle Anderson. These are starting quality players. If one of the starters is off, you can put in one of the bench players. And every single game, you can see the bench always brings up the energy.
Absolutely. I mean,
Naz Reid
terrific. You strike me as a guy who supports Naz Reid in all his endeavors.
I love Naz Reid.
That's right. He is.
Legend Naz Reid.
But yeah, no, certainly that bench unit. It's always important for a team that wants to win a championship and is as good as the Timberwolves are. But Bally, moving over to you, what's the biggest reason for the Timberwolves' success?
It's got to be the defensive intensity. I mean, you know, Bijan mentioned it a little bit, but these guys are playing lights out on defense. They easily have been the best defense in the NBA, just allowing 105 points per game. That's
incredible.
Lowest in the NBA. Allowing opponents to shoot 42% from the field, lowest in the NBA. Opponents are shooting 33% from deep. That's the 3rd lowest in the NBA. They're 1st in defensive efficiency this year. And Rudy Gobert, you know, as he mentioned before, he's bouncing back massively this year. He's leading the charge for the Defensive Player of the Year. He's got the #1 odds right now for it. And he's grabbing about 12 boards a game and almost 3 blocks a game. So, you know, the defensive tear that the Timberwolves are on is amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what you brought Rudy Gobert in to do if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves, is just play your game, get boards, and play good paint defense. But JJ, closing it out with you, what's the biggest reason for the Timberwolves' success?
It's the Ant-Man, and I'm not talking about the superhero. I'm talking about Anthony Edwards. I mean, he's been amazing this year, averaging 25.7 points a game, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting 45% from the field and 37.8% from the three-point line. I mean, Anthony Edwards said in the beginning of the season, all he cared about this year was winning, and he's actually showing it. And he's leading this Timberwolves team, and they're looking like they're going to be dangerous in the West.
Yeah, he might only care about winning, but he's certainly putting up some good numbers for himself and the team. But moving on from a team that's been really good to a player that's been really good, Luka Doncic, he has been. He's been on an absolute tear recently, scoring at least 30 points in each of his 5 last games. The team is sitting at 4th in the West. JJ, how's Doncic been looking this season?
Luka Magic has been looking great, averaging 31.8 points a game, 8.5 rebounds a game, 8.6 assists a game, and 49.4 field goal percentage a game. He's just been lights out. Had a 29-point triple-double at halftime the other day. Just killing them.
I mean, you know, we've seen Luka Doncic have great seasons before, and yet the Mavs, they still somehow find a way to fizzle out in the postseason. JJ, going back to you, how can the Mavericks make sure they make a deep run this postseason?
Well, what every team needs, defense. And when you go to this team, you look at a lot of offense, but you don't see a lot of defense. And if they're going to want to, they're rating 23rd in the league in defense. They got to get that to probably like 11, 15 to have a chance in the West, because we all know the Western Conference is strong.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. I mean, the Western Conference always, it's just like, it's rolling dice on who's going to win it every year. But, Bally, moving over to you, what do the Mavs need to make a deep postseason run?
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's looking like a college guy that just got out of a bad relationship. The guy's on an absolute rampage right now. But it's going to be all for nothing if Grant Williams doesn't know how to shoot the ball, you know, like he did in the beginning of the year. The first 6 games of the year, he's shooting lights out, man. You know, he was 23 for 39 from deep. That's 60% the first 6 games. Since then, last 13 games, since November 5th, 20 for 65 from deep. 30% from deep, dude. That is not acceptable. He was the Mavs' biggest addition to this team probably this offseason, and he has been a very big disappointment on offense.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a shame to see someone that we thought was really going to, find a new role carved out for him on this Dallas team just kind of flop, to be blunt.
Yeah.
But Rico, moving over to you, what do the Mavs need?
It's really going to be the second option next to Luka. Luka's second option used to be what? Porzingis, Brunson, Dinwiddie. They're all solid players. Whenever they leave Luka, they seem to strive without him. And then they traded for Kyrie Irving. He's having an okay season. He's averaging 23.8 points per game, 5.4 assists with 4.1 rebounds. But will he be there in the playoffs? Everybody knows in Brooklyn, he was there in and out whenever he was in Brooklyn. KD was always by himself. Or will Luka be looking for someone else like Tim Hardaway Jr.? We need to know who's going to be the second option next to Luka. Will they make a trade? Will they get someone off their bench to step up when Kyrie steps out? Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's yet to be seen. I mean, Kyrie having an okay season, but you brought him in to be much more than he's contributed to this Mavs team. But Bijan, closing it out with you, what do the Mavs need to make a deep playoff run?
To build up what JJ said, it's defense, but we got to talk about the guy anchoring that defense. I got to go with the rookie, Derek Lively. He's top 15 in blocks per game and total blocks with 1.6 blocks per game, and he has 28 total blocks so far in the season. And to measure how big of an impact he has, his on-off plus-minus per 100 possessions is plus 10.7. And the Mavs, in order for them to go far as they hope they do, they have to go through big men like Jokic, Anthony Davis, Sabonis, Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert. And if Derek Lively cannot just hold his own, but also contain them, maybe even shut them down, I wouldn't be surprised if the Mavs do make the conference finals.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's defense wins championships. We always say it, it's a thing in football, it's a thing in basketball, and it remains true. The Mavs definitely need some defense. But moving on to, we've got we're about at the end of the in-season tournament. We were just in the semifinals as the Pacers defeated the Bucks last night, 128-119. Andrew Ballistreri, take us through this one.
We got some awesome highlights from this one. It was a fun game. Giannis getting ready in Vegas, but here we will see Miles Turner getting inside and yamming that thing all over Giannis. He had a hell of a game, did Miles Turner, kicking it over later in the first quarter. We see a tough little lefty layup from Tyrese Halliburton right over Brook Lopez. Keeping it going here. We see Campaign bringing this one in. It's Giannis. You ain't guarding that, Naismith. Not a chance that he was doing anything right there. Here we see Giannis again. He was looking unbelievable last night. Look at the speed. Miles Turner didn't have a chance in that one. 63-51 here. Now we see Dame Time activated to make a little comeback right here. Dishing it over is for the extra pass for Middleton to get him open. And here we see another one right off the screen. Easy. It's too easy for Dame for them to take the lead there in the third. But here we go. Later in the third quarter, we see Giannis making it look like a dunk contest out here, making it 90-86. Now we see a good board by Turner and Tyrese Halliburton pushing it up. He's going to throw it up for an oop to Obi Toppin. Knicks legend Obi Toppin. I miss you so much, man. Here we see later in the fourth, Giannis, a tough baseline drive, but he gets that one to go over Naismith again. Naismith, he was struggling a little bit against him, but here a nice move right here and an insane layup. I don't even know how he made that happen. But now we see 50 seconds left. They're down 5. Here's Halliburton for the dagger. Bang, bang. Got that to go. Ka-chow, as we like to say. The bench was going crazy. Pacers take this one 128-119. Move on to the championship.
Yeah, I mean, what a game from the Indiana Pacers there. I believe it was you, Rico, who predicted them to win the whole thing.
Come on.
I mean,
2-3 weeks ago, I was calling for the Indiana Pacers. They've been on a roll.
Hey, there you go. But, I mean, with the win there, we got to kind of break it down. I can't get over those courts, man. They're just awful. But, Andrew, what led to the Pacers winning that one?
I mean, you saw it, man. They scored 128. It's the insane offensive attack that this team's got going on right now. They're averaging 132 points a game in this tourney, 128 overall. It's the most in the league by a wide margin, about 6 to 7 points a game. They're shooting 51% from the field as a team. That's also number 1 in the league. Less than 12 turnovers a game, second in the NBA, and how he looks like a superstar.
Yeah, he really does.
I mean, he's unbelievable. He's so awesome to watch. The team is great to watch. We'll see what they do tomorrow.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm really excited for just the rest of Halliburton's career, seeing him develop and grow somehow even more than he already has in his very short career so far. But, JJ, moving over to you, how'd the Pacers get this one done?
Well, Andrew just talked about it. Tyrese Halliburton, he's just been playing phenomenal. Had 27, 7, and 15, but here's the key one. No turnovers with the 15 assists. I mean, he's just going crazy right now. And when he plays like that, this Pacers team is just great.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the assist-to-turnover ratio is just incredible on behalf of Halliburton, and that's the big reason why they keep winning. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they could make a deep playoff run. But Bijan, moving over to you, what's up with the Pacers? How'd they get this one in?
Well, both of y'all talked about the offense. Let's talk about the defense, especially in the fourth quarter. They held the Bucks as a team to 36% from the field on 25 attempts, and they held the Bucks to 18% from deep on 11 attempts. In particular, you know how in the fourth quarter, it's Dame time? That clock wasn't working. They held Dame to 4 points, 1 of 5 from the field, and they held Chris Middleton to 7 points and 2 of 7 from the field. 2 key offensive cogs in the Bucks' offensive engine. The Pacers slowed that down.
Absolutely. I mean, when you do that, you know, you've got the game on lock when you shut down the Bucks' big offensive weapons. But Rico, closing it out with you, how'd the Pacers get this one done?
It was all about the bench depth. You know, the bench unit just straight up outplayed the Bucks bench. Isaiah Jackson, 11 points. T.J. McConnell, 9 points. And then Benedict Mathurin, 9 points. The most points off the bench for the Bucks, 5 points.
Oof.
5 points
Rough.
off the bench for a single player. It's just embarrassing for Milwaukee.
Absolutely. Enrico, we're going to keep it with you because not only did the Pacers defeat the Bucks, but in the Western Conference, the Lakers defeated the Pelicans to move on to the in-season tournament finals as well. Rico, take us through that one.
Let's take a look into the Lakers-Pelicans matchup. Zion Williamson of the New Orleans Pelicans going against LeBron James of the Los Angeles Lakers. And LeBron, he was cooking early. Here we go, bully ball over Herb Jones. And 1 for LeBron James to start off this game. And then again, here comes the Lakers, but a turnover. CJ McCollum going up, alley-oop to Herb Jones. Pelicans, they were actually starting off hungry in this game. Herb Jones, another 3, no. But Zion Williamson, the athletic putback layup. 15 tied here. LeBron for 3, splash. LeBron, he started cooking. He had 4 threes in this game. LeBron from the logo, what are you doing? Oh, he makes it anyways. LeBron James, Christian Wood, he's out of his mind. Here comes LeBron again. Another 3. Bang! LeBron James, he's just insane in this game. He's saying it's too easy for him. LeBron, he's going to get the pick from AD. Over here, up top, AD. Little layup over Brandon Ingram. And then Austin Reeves, he's going to find Anthony Davis over the top of Trey Murphy III. And then the Lakers, they just kept cooking in this game, taking a 133-89 victory to advance to the championship game.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of got out of hand there very quick for the Pelicans. But Rico, how were the Lakers able to pull off a win in this one?
LeBron, he just said he wanted to affect his legacy. How does this affect LeBron's legacy? Well, he's going to possibly get a championship. LeBron, he spent 30 points the last 2 games. He had 35 and 8 in this game with 4 threes. And shout out the Lakers bench. They were actually shooting in this game. And 17 threes on 48.6% shooting. It's been insane for them this whole entire in-season tournament for them.
Yeah, I mean, when LeBron sees that he could potentially get some silverware, you know that he's coming after it hard. But, Bijan, moving over to you. You're a Lakers fan. I'm sure you're ecstatic about this one. So how were they able to get it done?
Well, we got to talk about that, bad man LeBron. He took over in the second quarter. In the second quarter, he had 18 points, shot 6 of 8 from the field, and made all 3 of his shots from deep. And as we saw in the highlight call, 2 shots from the logo. Insane range. And on defense, he set the tone, taking 2 charges, drawing 1 on Brandon Ingram and 1 on Zion. Now, a lot of people want to take a charge on Zion. I know I wouldn't.
Yeah, no, thank you.
And which led the Lakers from being down 30-29 going into the second quarter, and then going into halftime having a 14-point lead going up 67-54.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it got out of hand there at the half for the Pelicans, and LeBron was just playing like a man possessed. Moving over to you, JJ, how were the Lakers able to win this one?
Well, we're not going to talk about the Lakers. We're going to talk about the Pelicans because they just gave up, honestly. I guess they was just, just gambling too much in Las Vegas, just partying. I mean, they got outscored 43-17 in the third quarter. And then Zion's just sitting there on the bench just chilling, talking. We're probably going to go more gamble more. He probably gambled more last night. So, realistically, that's just how they lost. And the Lakers are in the championship now.
I mean, it's embarrassing for the Pelicans. All they did was, after the second half, they just started waving the white flag for them, Come on. Like, what are they doing? They're in Vegas, the biggest stage.
Exactly, they're in Vegas.
What is this? Why are they waving the white flag?
They should have took me gambling.
A
blowout for this? This is embarrassing. It's more embarrassing than the Suns' Game 7.
I don't know about that.
44-point loss?
It's an in-season tournament.
It was Game 7. Luka cooked y'all, so. Yeah.
Well, our best player was JaVale McGee won that game, so.
That's fair.
Well, moving over to you, Bally, what do you think was the reason for the Lakers' win?
strictly, it's awful shooting. I mean, the Pelicans, they just picked a bad night to shoot like trash. I mean, they shoot 35% from the field and 22% from deep. And the starters, they combined 2 for 14 from 3. Brandon Ingram, he had a bad game. CJ McCollum, a bad game. It felt like Trey Murphy is the only one that actually wanted to be there on that bench unit. And, I mean, granted, LeBron did kind of spaz in the second quarter and, kind of just took over. But, overall, it was just a bad shooting night for the Pelicans. And, it's an awful loss for them.
Yeah, I mean, Lakers really took advantage of that by getting the win. And, I mean, it was just a dominant win for the Lakers. Yeah. But we've got our 2 teams in the finals now. Andrew Ballistreri, moving over to you. Who do you think takes this one, Lakers or Pacers?
Give me the Lake Show, man. It's written in the stars, dude. First ever in-season tournament. You want LeBron James to hoist up that trophy, to hoist up that MVP. It's going to get all the clicks on Twitter. It's going to get the people talking. The Lakers are winning this thing tomorrow.
I mean, I could see it for sure, but Rico, moving over to you, who do you think takes the NBA Cup home in its inaugural season?
Do I have to say it? Come on. Indiana Pacers, come on. I'm in the Barkley seat. Guarantee! Come on. Indiana's going to win it all. They're going to win this whole entire thing. They're going to get Tyrese Halliburton. He's going to get a ring.
I mean, it would prove you right for sure. But moving over to you, Bijan, who do you I mean, I know who you're taking.
Come on now. I got to go with my Lakers, man. Listen, they have multiple good point-of-attack defenders to contain that bad man Tyrese Halliburton, Jared Vanderbilt, Cam Reddish, Torian Prince, and Max Christie if he gets some minutes. The Pacers' defense in the clutch is great, don't get me wrong, but as a whole, they're not a good defensive team. They don't have the options to throw out LeBron outside of Bruce Brown and Aaron Nesmith, and even with that, LeBron has the size and height advantage. Not to mention, the Pacers don't have any defenders in the backcourt. Tyrese Halliburton, he's a negative. Buddy Hield, he's a negative. TJ McConnell, he's a negative. So D'Lo and Austin Reeves could get easy shots almost anytime they want.
Bijan always getting analytical with it, and for good reason. It gives the Lakers the advantage when you look at the analytics. But moving over to you, JJ, we've got the Lake Show on this side, Pacers Club, I don't know what their fans are called, on this side. For Rico, who are you taking?
Well, I'm going to go to Pacers, but I'm scared now because Rico just did a Charles Barkley guaranteed. So I don't know if I really should take him, but now I'm going to take the Pacers. They've been hot. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton is he's just going to play phenomenal. And when he plays phenomenal, the Pacers usually win.
Yeah, I mean, Tyrese Halliburton playing like a man possessed, like LeBron in that game just now. But I'm going to make my pick, and I think I'm going, sorry, Bijan, with the Indiana Pacers. I just think Tyrese Halliburton is too much for the Lakers to contain. But as one season continues, another one is coming to a close. College football returns next on Sports Desk.